bro. He's my bro.
Yeah, but you'll just replace it with the same beer or better beer.
Before shows, Patti.
No, not bros before shows. You can drink it. Okay, audience.
Should I drink it?
Absolutely.
Okay. If he watches this,
it's my fault.
I'm gonna buy him a 6-pack. I'll buy him a 6-pack. All right, I'm going to do it.
That's right.
I want our audience to know what a cold-hearted snake you are.
That's right.
He's a cold-hearted snake. Look into your eyes. Oh, 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 oh. That's
okay,
exactly
hold on.
how that song goes, right?
Can you see this?
No, what? It's got a
cork.
Peg is all I can think of. The word peg. It's got a peg in it.
Got a cork.
Cork.
So, I have been on beercation, my friend, since I have talked to you.
That's true. Should I do the intro?
Yes.
Yeah? You want me to do it now, or do you want to talk about beercation first?
Ceremoniously.
Okay.
Now you can do the intro. Please.
Okay, cool. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's SEO and IPAs. It's the fun weekly hangout about inbound marketing, entrepreneurship, and more for cool people of all shapes, stripes, and colors. As always, I'm Daniel Barrett here from Two Friendly Nerds, EWOFriendlyNerds.com, the world's friendliest web design and internet marketing company. And with me, as always, is officially the only reason anybody ever watches this show, the brains behind the operation, first person to coin the phrase, a rolling stone gathers no moths. It's Patti DeLessio from reinventinteractive.com. That is reinventinteractive.com. Patti, how are you?
I'm terrific, as always,
Cool.
and I love that. Gathers no moths.
Did you? I had that one forever, and I didn't really like it, and so I was putting off doing it, but I'm glad you dug it.
That's you've been doing that a couple times in a row now. Is giving me.
I've got something that, like, I'm not sure they're as strong as the other ones, but that was the last one. It's all bangers from here on out.
Okay. Okay,
all
good.
Right, so talk about beercation. You went on beercation. Tell people what beercation is if they don't know. I'm sure they can figure it out.
Okay, yeah. Beercation is well, it's become a thing now. Like destination beer travel. You can either make it into visiting like a beer show, like a big beer tasting, or the way we do it, we have another couple that we go with. They also have kids. We bring our kids. We, we do it in the winter months when it's kind of shitty and there's not much else to do anyway here in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done Dogfish Head down in Rehoboth. We've done Baltimore, we've done Philly, and this year we've done Harrisburg and Hershey, Pennsylvania. So we went to Trogs Brewery. Hold up. Can you see the shirt?
Oh, Mad Elf.
Right, Mad Elf. So I got myself a shirt, so I'm wearing my beercation bag here. And I picked up this beer. But anyway, so we went to visit Trogs, which is in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Never heard of Trogs.
Never heard of No, yes, you have.
No.
Well, Mad Elf is Trogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, you've heard of Trogs. It's just yeah, but they're a local beer to me. You know, it's Pennsylvania, so we've got a lot of access to Trogs. In fact, they're two brothers. Their last name is Trogs. Eric's actually met them at a tasting kind of nearby at just like our regular kind of beer store. But anyway, we went and it so exceeded our expectations. The food actually ended up being phenomenal. It was just tremendous.
Yeah,
like this
that's cool.
Really large, huge tasting room. It's in the plant where they actually brew, so you know it was kind of all there. The huge tasting room, and it was sort of cafeteria style. So you kind of go up to their kind of cafe, and then get a pager and go serve yourself. Like it's very kind of rustic and big long tables, and. Yeah. It was just phenomenal. I mean, the food was just phenomenal. I'll have to post a link to the menu, but it was really, really, really good. And this was a beer that we all loved, and it's quite expensive. I forget what it was. It was ridiculous. I'll look up what we spent on it. I'm kind of forgetting. But anyway, it is called Jovial.
Okay.
And it's got this, like I said, this awesome bottle that's It's got the cage and the cork, and it's bottle conditioned. So it's a Belgian-style double ale bottle conditioned, right? And that means that they just add extra sugars, and the fermentation is happening in the bottle after the brewing process, right? So it's quite carbonated. It's gorgeous. Can you see the red?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. I forget what the alcohol is on this. Let me just take a second and see if I can find it, because I think it was a little bit high. But anyway, so that was our beercation. We started off the morning here. We got there early, had lunch, stayed for a few hours, tasted all the beers they had, bought some beer while we were on site because we could, and then did a few things for the kids so that it wasn't complete child abuse.
Yeah.
Even though my 10-year-old was, "Why do you bring us to beercation? We can't even drink beer."
Right.
Literally said that.
Yeah.
But hotel pool, some Hershey chocolate, and it was all cool. And then we went to a really great restaurant downtown in Harrisburg where they had 100 beers on draft. The food was really, really good, and we were drinking, some of our favorite beers. So I had a grapefruit sculpin that was great on draft. I had the Sophie that
Oh yeah.
the Duck Island that I had. Yeah. So anyway, just some great Belgians and some imports and stuff. So it was probably one of our best, and it was our fourth year in a row, and it was a really terrific one. So I recommend it. When the baby gets, actually now's a good time. You can wear the baby like a necklace and just go.
Like a necklace. Yep. Just wrap that thing around the baby's throat and then put it around your throat, and then be like, "Check out my baby bling." Yeah. Oh, you're like Flavor Flav, but you take it to the next level because you got a baby instead of a clock. That's cool. I like that. So how's the beer?
The beer is terrific. I mean, this beer kind of just halted all conversation at the table. We just all fell in love with it.
Yeah.
It's got a lot going on. The carbonation is really good. It's got a nice malty and slightly hoppy flavor to it, but it's just beautiful. I don't know why I cannot find the alcohol on this. I might have to look it up when you do yours. So anyway, it was great. Well, we're gonna have to do this together sometime, Dan. I would love to go in real life, go tasting and
Yeah, that would be awesome.
with you. That would be totally awesome.
Do a live show from the brewery. That'd be very cool.
Right? Totally cool. Okay, so you're stealing your roommates, your office mates.
I'm pretty sure stealing my roommate's beer. So Michael, when you watch this, Patti told me I had to. So I owe you a 6-pack.
Okay.
This is my deal. This is the Barrett family way is whenever we steal, we return 6-fold.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah, so this is the Kennebunkport Brewing Company Porter.
Okay.
You'll remember that KBC, Kennebunkport Brewing Company, did the pumpkin beer that I found absolutely fucking disgusting and had to throw away. Not safe for work.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Bless you.
And so this is their porter.
Okay.
Like pretty standard porter color. It's maybe a little light.
A little lighter. Yeah.
Maybe a little lighter.
Can I see the bottle one more time? Oh, okay. Very good. Uh-oh. How is it?
I really like it. Sort of got a sour note to it.
Okay.
It doesn't taste particularly. It doesn't taste particularly. Yeah, it's got a bad aftertaste.
Oh no! It should be very malty. Yes, it should be.
It's a little malty, but it doesn't have any of the nice kind of like roasty notes. And to put this in perspective, I actually bought beers for the show. I forgot to bring them this week, and one of them is a porter that I love, or it's a stout. It's a stout. But but it's like it's just I've had porters that I love.
Mm-hmm.
This is just not. Nah. And so again, it's like swing and a miss. I'm kind of bummed out. And,
oh man!
Especially since I stole this from someone else, and to no benefit to myself. You know what I mean?
Can you put the cap back on and pretend like you never opened it?
I don't know if I can. But I will have to explain.
Well, I'm sorry about that. That's a bummer. Mine is absolutely phenomenal. I did look it up. It's a 7% alcohol by volume. Let me see here. It has a bunch of different malts, which sounds great. Abbey chocolate, Munich, Pilsner,
Mm.
Crystal and Magnum hops. It's considered the yeast is an Abbey Ale yeast, and I love it. It says it's cheerful and friendly, full of happiness and joy, brimming with optimism. You know, I think you and I needed this one today. I wish I could share it with you.
It was sort of a rough.
We need to level up the optimism in the SEO and IPA.
Yeah, it's been a little rough, but we were saying we got a stressful week, and that's actually kind of a good transition because this week's call, though we don't, ironically, we spent like half the time talking about beer, which is fine with me, but this week's call is kind of about digital life. My phone is going off right now.
Okay, make it stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear you. It's how to manage all of that information and social media and alerts and notifications, right?
Yeah. So like the reason I brought this up is because I read this really interesting article by Andrew Chen. This is this week's article, guys. If you're watching this on Google Plus, you can check out the show notes to the right there. I'll have the link for you. And this is a really cool article just about the Apple Watch. So to be honest, I hadn't really thought about the Apple Watch. I like Apple. I consider myself an Apple aficionado. They were the first computer I ever used, and really the only computer I've ever used forever. Back before it was cool, right? So I really appreciate Apple, and I'm kind of a lifer. And I was kind of reading this article, which is about the Apple Watch and the sort of race to find the killer app for the watch. And I was just kind of thinking to myself about why I was not interested in the Apple Watch. I just really have not had any interest in picking up the watch and checking it out. And I was kind of saying to myself, maybe that's just because a lot of times Apple devices, it's like, yeah, why would you want that? But then you pick one up and it's really cool, right? And so I haven't done that, so maybe that's the case. But really thinking about, he was talking about notifications on the watch, right? So things are going to display on the watch and stuff like that. And it really made me realize that a lot of what I've done in the past couple of years is about getting rid of notifications.
Yep.
And in a lot of ways, there's all this psychological research out there and stuff that shows that the more distracted you are, the worse we are at literally everything. And that these constant pings and buzzes and things going off, they really make your time kind of blur through the day. And you just kind of, you wake up at the end of the day and you're like, what did I do today? You just kind of went from thing to thing, right?
Right.
It just made me think about digital distraction and productivity, and so this is kind of a general productivity thing, jumping off from the watch, right? So I can throw it to you and say, are you interested in the watch at all? But really kind of say, like, how do you, or do you, shut things out? What do you do with your phone? How do you manage this kind of crap in your life?
Right. Well, I did discover, I don't know if it was over the summer, I had kind of like an aha moment where I realized I could actually turn off all my notifications, which made a difference because every Facebook reply, like whatever, it was, kind of blowing up my phone. So I've shut off all my notifications. There's very little. I think the little, you can set a star or favorite with an email. I think I get notified if someone emails me that's on that list, and it's pretty much my husband.
Yeah.
So, and he doesn't abuse that. So I think that's pretty much the only notification that I get. But yeah, that actually helps a lot. So not being notified, but actually making the commitment to go to the app to see what the updates are, I think has changed a lot. I'm not into the watch, I have to say. I think even if I had the watch, I must carry around my phone, right? So, and I haven't in the phone. Apple themselves has kind of trained me. They've trained me out of the need for a watch, right? Like,
yeah, I think it's.
Wear a watch?
No, I don't wear a watch. It's I
I
do wear
don't.
a watch, and I don't like wearing. I'm really not the mark for this. I dislike wearing things. So I was wearing the Fitbit for a while.
Okay, I was going to ask you
The
that.
Fitbit has like no. The one that I had no display. The new ones have a display,
Yeah.
right? Um, but I dislike the feel of having stuff on me. So it was a real struggle to wear my wedding ring.
Yeah.
And I was like that kind of thing. Like I'm like vaguely Asperger's-y, or like I'm very picky about clothes, how clothes fit me, and it's just weird.
Yeah, it's like a sensory thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be very specific. And it's like the second I get home, I change into like pajamas and flowing. Everything's flowing, and I'm just like I don't want to feel like fabric on my skin. I just want to, But I think it's not so much a phone as it is a window. It's not so much a watch as it is a window into the phone.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like I don't have to take out my phone. I can just go like this.
Right.
To a certain extent, it's like kind of okay, like maybe that's for this kind of face-to-face, that's actually better, right?
Yeah.
But I think about it all the time, like the phone is such a destructive kind of social thing, right? Because I went out I took my wife to the doctor's yesterday, and we came back. We went to breakfast when my mom wants the baby, and we went and got brunch. And I love brunch. Brunch is my favorite. And we're sitting, we're watching people, and there's a table, couple people over, and it's a mom and her kid, very obviously, like teenage son, maybe. So he's like maybe like 15 or something, and they're both on their phones the whole time. He's got his earphones in, right? So he's got his earbuds in. And they're just kind of like, meh. And it's like, okay, you don't have to, someone you live with, you love. You don't have to sit down and be like, tell me all about like your deepest feelings every time you ever come. You don't need to do this every time. It's just something so irritating about someone has their earbuds in while they're talking to you. It's like, take your frickin' earbuds out, right?
Right.
And there's just something very destructive about that. So, even just the kind of act of being like, and then you really, it's like a forceful disconnect, right? To look down at the phone. It's really like, it's like, okay, F you now here.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that in this article. They're introducing some new concepts, really, some new interaction concepts, which is like the glance, the short look, right?
Right. So they're trying to cut that time, right? The notification, right? So I just kind of see it.
Right.
Part of me is like, great, it's great because you're not doing the disconnect, right? Where it's like the head down of the thing, right?
Right. It's making that less offensive because if you pick up the phone, especially, I've got the 6 now, and with a cover, it's like a big.
Oh God, yeah. It's like you're holding a fucking surfboard.
Yeah, it's so
you go
turn it over
on that thing later.
Yeah, yeah, but like to turn it over and see it and turn it on and light up the screen, it's a commitment. It's a noticeable idea, but to kind of do the glance, I don't know
what's like if you're talking to someone and I was like, yeah, Patti, that's really interesting, and then I look at my watch and
right.
Back is like, hey, you gotta be somewhere.
Right, exactly.
Dentist appointment you gotta be at. So, in a way, it's less of a disconnect, right? Yeah. But to me, it's like my problem is someone that runs a business is when I get into the office, my time is short. I don't have enough time. Every second's got to be valuable, and every time I get like a buzz and I got to look at it and I break that momentary concentration, even for a second, it takes a little more to get back into it.
Right.
And so for me, it's like I don't want. I started like leaving my phone downstairs when I go upstairs. I'm really, I would take it off my work desk altogether, except I need to be, I need my wife to be able to call me or whatever, but I put it face down. Try to turn off all the notifications because, like, if you got to actually do anything, the notifications are really destructive, I think.
Right.
And it's never anything that matters, right? So even now, it's like I got a text message about my checking account balance, and now I feel like I got to check it, even though I don't, because I realize like the message isn't blah blah blah, and it doesn't have this in it. Who cares? But it's like I have to think about that. You know what I mean? And it's just you only have so much cognitive capacity during the day, and every bit of it that goes to something else. It's like the same reason I don't check emails in the morning.
Right.
like it's going to send you off on this wrong path, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So do you have any tricks for like how do you focus when you're on the computer? Like what do you do anything?
I'm a disaster. I think I need to be medicated. I think I need, seriously. Attention is a struggle on a good day.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I wish I had some really good tips. I mean, I think once before we discussed my sticky note idea, my sticky note thing.
Yeah.
I kind of figure out what I'm going to do. You write each thing on a sticky note. You put it in the order that you're going to do it with the topmost thing, and you kind of peel that off. So if you forget where you are, you can kind of look down and realize, oh, that's the task that I'm supposed to be focusing on. It's very rudimentary. It works really well with my kids. I kind of recommend, giving it a try. As far as the device goes, I mean, I don't know. It might be fun to kind of talk about any new apps that we have that kind of helps with this. I don't know if it makes all of it worse or better.
Like saying let's treat your drug addiction by talking about how much you drink. That's cool.
Let's talk about the crack.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I really don't. I don't have any apps to deal with that. So there's a couple things on my computer. There's a program that's called Antisocial, which is great.
Oh, is it shut off all your social media?
It prevents you from going. You have to reboot your computer. You set a time period, so at the time period it comes back on. But if you want to get around it, you have to reboot the entire computer.
Wow.
There's another one too that just shuts off internet access, which is Freedom. It's called Freedom. Both are great apps. It costs like $10. They're freaking awesome. I'd use those pretty extensively when I was writing my thesis, my master's.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I could have done it without it. And then, I use Rescue Time. I have the free version of Rescue Time. I kind of look at how much productive time I have each week. I find that useful.
I have a tracker that I like that I want to be more religious about, is tracking all of my client work so I can figure out what time on a monthly basis I'm paying. It's called A Tracker. Do you know this?
No.
It's really good. I like it. It doesn't take much to kind of set up each client and project, and then you literally just kind of start the timer and stop it as you're doing the work.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. There's other ones that will track what websites you're on. So, if you're doing web work, you can say, I spent this much time on this particular.
Yeah, I mean that's what Rescue Time does.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So, this is good. I'm not using it. I wish I was. That was one of my New Year's resolutions. Again, I had 97 New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And one was to track all of my time every single month so I can see, what my ROI is on my client work, really. But yeah, I don't know. I'm away from generally the watch idea. I think I used to be, I used to wear a watch. I had a very nice, expensive, pretty watch.
Yeah.
And I stopped wearing it years ago. The battery died, and, the iPhone has kind of succumbed to that. I'm curious. I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy one because, again, like you, I'm a big,
It's a device. It's a cool device.
What is it?
It's a device. It's like a cool new device. There's going to be stuff happening on it, right? There's going to be apps and stuff. So.
Right. And it was really interesting. I was looking at some other perspectives prior to this call, and I remember thinking the iPad was a little silly. Do I need one? Don't I? I already have a laptop. I already have a phone. Now I have, I don't know, what do we have, 3 or 4 iPads in the family already? And what got me into that was the idea that it was used for consuming content, right? It's like a great thing to kind of sit and read.
On the couch computer.
On the couch computer, right? You have an iPad, yes?
Yeah, I have an iPad. Although it's an older one, so it's starting to show its age. So of course, it's time to upgrade. But
I know. Yeah. So I've got the iPhone 6. Are you up to the 6 yet?
I have a 5S.
5S. Okay. Yeah. So I have the 6. I didn't think I needed a bigger phone. I was kind of against that. It doesn't fit in my pocket the right way. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I think the other ones look too small. I didn't think that I needed the iPad to be smaller to have an iPad mini. My daughter has one. I still think it's, that's a little bit weird. So I don't know. Are the tablets going away, Dan?
I don't think so. I mean, it's all about if the cost gets lower, it's like about having a computer in every possible situation that's right for you, right? So it's like the iPad's the perfect, it's like on the phone, on the couch reading computer, right? That's what it's for.
Yeah, it's a great entertainment device for the kids. You can put on movies and.
Yeah, I mean the iPhone, or the phone in general. Like I'm sort of like you were, where I don't want a bigger phone.
Yeah.
I want to be able to reach with my thumb.
Yep.
Everywhere I need to go, and I already have that problem with the iPhone, so I'm really not interested. I don't want anything bulky. Again, getting to my sort of weird side, I don't want anything bulky on my person. Even I got like a new wallet. Oh, I'll show you my wallet. My wallet's cool.
Dan, I'm learning so much about you on today's call.
Yeah. So I'll take out my cards. I'll leave my Connecticut card, but it's like a single piece of machined titanium or something with a strap that you put your cards in.
Okay.
So it's like it's super thin,
and
it holds a certain number of calls or cards or $1 or whatever, and then that's my entire wallet. So I just put all my cards in there.
Put your credit cards?
Yeah, like credit cards, debit cards, whatever, right?
You can put your cash in there?
Yeah. So this is my wallet. It stays here. So I'm like nothing bulky. I want everything to be streamlined, right? So it's kind of like the phone. I feel the same way. Like I don't want a bigger phone. The thing is, like I want to be able to use the technology when I want to use it. I don't want it to interrupt me anymore. So I'm becoming more and more conscious of kind of apps and stuff that I add. I never add notifications anymore because I just don't want it to interrupt me. Although I will say I did download an app to help me with lucid dreaming.
Oh.
And I used it last night, but I don't think it worked.
No. But you do have this dream. Tell us. I
had a lucid dream. Well, I had my first lucid dream last night. It was really cool.
Okay.
So I've been doing all the lucid dreaming stuff you're supposed to be doing, like trying to remember your dreams. I have a dream journal, and then doing reality checks. So you do reality checks as often as you possibly can throughout the day. So you look around and you really be like, okay, am I dreaming right now? Because dreams can be just as vivid as real life.
Okay.
You have to look around and be like, okay, like really, literally, am I dreaming right now? And there's like things that you look at. Digital displays tend to not display correctly in sleep. Printed text tends to change between when you look at it, so you like sort of check. My favorite one, and the one that I did, so the idea is that eventually you do this enough during the day, you will actually do it in your sleep, in your dream, and it will trigger you and realize that you're dreaming. This is what happened to me. I did one of my reality checks in my dream, which my favorite reality check, which is you pinch your nose and try to breathe through your nose. So in your dream,
okay,
the real nose is unobstructed. So you pinch your nose, but when you try to breathe, you'll breathe fine.
Interesting.
So that's what happened in my dream. I was like, holy crap, I'm dreaming. I'm breathing through my... And I'm like, ah! And of course I said, it got erotic like 5 seconds after I realized I was awake. But then, I couldn't stay asleep very long. So I woke up shortly after that. But it was really, really cool. And so it's one of my big goals for this year is to really learn to lucid dream a couple times a month at least. And really, I have a list of things I want to do. I want to fight a dinosaur and... to talk to my dead dad and all sorts of stuff that I can kind of do in these lucid dreams. So that's kind of the thing. So I thought that was really cool. And there are apps that will help you. They basically like try to detect when you're in REM sleep.
Mm-hmm.
They play a sound that's supposed to be quiet enough so you hear it, but not loud enough to wake you up. And the sound you'll hear in your dream, and you'll be like, huh. And you'll be like, oh, wait, it's because I'm dreaming and then you have a lucid dream. Theoretically, I don't know. I paid $3 for it. Yeah. But yeah, very cool.
I've never heard of any of this, I have to say, embarrassedly.
Lucid dreaming, it's awesome. Look it up.
I don't know what it is. I'll have to look it up. I don't remember my dreams like ever, so when I do, it's kind of cool, or it's traumatic because it's awful.
Hey, my wife just came.
Yay! Hi.
Yay! Oh, come show the baby.
Yay!
Yay! Come show the baby. Here we go. Baby. Baby, baby.
Hi.
Oh, yay! It's Oliver.
Hi.
Hi, Ollie.
That's how cute. Oh my God, he's so alert. Look, hi.
That's you right there. Yay! Oh, that's fun.
I love it. That is fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I was looking out the window.
I think the last time I saw you was the day you had him.
Really?
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
That's awesome.
Alright, cool. Well, perfect timing. We're done.
Yeah, all right.
Cool.
So obviously, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that. Get to see my baby. So
Yay.
there you go. Obviously, if you tuned in halfway through, you want to check out any of our past episodes, you can go to youtube.com, type in SEO and IPAs, or you can go to twofriendlynerds.com/hangout. It's twofriendlynerds.com/hangout. See all our past episodes. Patti, as always, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It made me feel a little better.
Thank you, Dan. Yes.
Here's Sláinte. And as always, everybody, please optimize responsibly.
Optimize responsibly. You gonna have another drink of that terrible beer?
I'm not going to drink it.
Not even? All right, I'll
Go for two, so I'm going
bite
to
the bullet.
skip it. All right. All right, Patti, I'll see you later.
Bye, Dan.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.